Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first annual Buzz Awards. I, of course, am your host, Buzz, and in today's program, we will highlight the year that was in 2020. Of course, I dressed up for the occasion. You get to take a look at that guy, dressed the exact same way in this fine, dapper suit, if I may say so myself, rather. But look, 2020, it was a difficult year, and it's only fitting that we mark some of the highlights, both good, bad, and otherwise, here as a friend group here in Buzz Culture, because I think it's a really special thing we have here going on. Look, 2020 was not a good year for a lot of people. Look, there was a lot of negativity brought upon this year. That, of course, was only from Addison Hunsaker, but I can imagine that a number of you were annoyed with it as well. Look, 2020 is a year where we saw tons and tons of change, which annoyed some group members such as neoliberal Anthony Dabbundo. You take a look around, the world just changes everywhere, and a neoliberal such as Anthony Dabbundo, he says he likes change, but you can't really take him at his word with that kind of thing. It doesn't seem like he really wants to actively promote it. Look, it was saw a lot of hard times. A lot of people had to last through some tough times. I'm of course talking about Kevin Rice's November, but there were a lot of businesses were shut down this year. A lot of empty spots down at your local corporate parking lot, which allowed for other activities. If you know what I'm saying, it was just a very very interesting year, and a year in which Nick Bougatis' civil liberties were taken away. Frankly, Emily Rourke couldn't even go down to her local gym anymore because Tom Wolfe just wanted to take away her civil liberties, and it had nothing to do with COVID. It was just all about restricting and those damn libs, right? So, in all seriousness, I should say, 2020 was a difficult year. I will do my best to recap it here on the program. A lot of good did happen in 2020, whether it seems like it or not. So, without further ado, I will send it now to the first annual 2020 Buzz Awards. Our first category on today's program is, of course, the Tightness Award. Now, what does tight mean? Well, it can mean a variety of different things. It was brought to us in 2020 by Anthony Dabbundo. It's a word that gets tossed around a lot, and frankly, I think the Tightest Award should be an award recognized annually at the Mid-Atlantic Regional Emmys, mostly because it's an award that I might actually beat Brooklyn Vaughn in, so that would be kind of nice. But anyway, the nominees for the Tightness Award, number one, Graham Foley, known for getting tight over a variety of things. So he is one of our nominations. Buzz, myself. Look, I can get tight. I can get annoyed over a variety of things, particularly clown ball related. I've been annoyed or been known to get annoyed here and there, so I can understand why I've made it onto this list. Addison, the guy who brings nothing but negativity, always tight. Always tight. He's definitely a potential front runner here to win. But Jason Kanner, look, he also gets incredibly tight. Does not matter what it is, he's going to raise his voice. I think we all know that at this point. So, the 2020 Buzz Award for Tightness goes to Jason Kanner. Jason was not here to accept his Buzz Award here, so we will keep it for the next award. Our next category here on the Buzz Awards is, of course, the Biggest Degenerate. Now, Biggest Degenerate, we have a lot of gamblers in this group, so it was a tough list to get onto in terms of the nominees. Look, do you bet on random Mountain West basketball games? Are you managing the point spreads and the over-unders? No, of course you're not. But these guys are, so let's give them their well-deserved recognition. Number one on this list is Zach Shorn. Look, he's a huge degenerate, huge gambler, absolutely deserves to be on this list. Jared Pellick, is there a time where he's been at Clown Ball or literally anywhere for that matter and he's not managing like whatever random boxing fight's going on or a random soccer game or a random college football game, random college basketball game, whatever, he's putting bets on it. Jared Pellick, you can lock it in. Addison, huge better, especially when it comes to golf. I must have heard that Colin Morikawa about how he hit that bet on him for the PGA Championship 1,000 times by now. Addison easily should be on this list for Biggest Degenerate in 2020 at the Buzz Awards. Number 4, Aaron. Look, he said he wouldn't get addicted to gambling just a year ago. It might have been the worst take entering 2020. huge gambler now. He's on FanDuel, he's on DraftKings, he's on Fox Bet, even though Fox Bet is not known to be as progressive as the other two. He still uses them. You can lock Aaron in as serious chance to win this award too. And of course, Mihov, which is incredible. Cantor not even on the nominees here, but Mihov, of course, a huge, huge gambler. Whether you see him at Clown Ball, 1837, wherever, whatever the event is, Mihov has a bet on it. So, without further ado, who is the 2020 Buzz Award winner for Biggest Degenerate? Jared Pelech. Before we move any further with today's event, I would like to make note of the fact that the proceeds from the first annual Buzz Awards will be going to the foundation to get Anthony Dabbundo a nose job. So, a great cause coming from the first annual Buzz Awards as well. It's not just all fun and games here. But getting back to the awards, Best Burner Account. This is a culture that's taken on a life of its own. Of course, the term burner account has been famous for a while now, made famous by Colangelo, Kevin Durant, and a lot of people in sports and pop culture, but it's also taken on a life of its own here in Buzz culture. 3 nominees for this. You have huge MLB fan, which again, a lot of people just call him Huge. Real name, of course, Michael Dweck, but at any_bull has certainly taken on a life of its own as an account. You got Chief Anchorman Buzz, which, as we all know at this point, I live rent-free in Aaron Strong's head. My face is on his profile. It's an account basically about me tweeting out my wake-up times, even when I'm working like late-night shifts and stuff like that. I don't know who really cares, but apparently people do. A lot of people tell him it's a good account. I think they need to raise their standards, quite frankly, but I get it. Aaron's a good friend. A lot of people also think that it's me. Don't really understand that. Why would I make a burner account using my own face and my own name, my own likeness, if you will? Also make it a public account. Seems like a pretty bad burner account, but people do think it's me. And of course, the last one, Jason Canner's Watchdog. This is his baby. It's a very good account. His alter ego, if you will, certainly a deserving nominee. So without any further hesitation, let's get to the award. And the winner is Watchdog. In my Matt Cord voice, it's now time to meet your high-flying, high-intensity best sex havers in the NBA. And here are your nominees. Brooklyn Vaughn, Aaron Strongen, Graham Foley. Excuse me for a second. Kevin Rice, Jimmy Butler, Caitlin McCafferty, and Ray Dunn. And our best sex haver in the NBA is Graham Foley. Congratulations, Graham. Best sex haver in the NBA. 2020, unfortunately, did expose some of the worst in people, but it also exposed some of the best. And we have a lot of great people to be thankful for. So we did want to take some time, give them their well-deserved recognition. Who is the best person this year? Well, there's plenty of nominees. It was an elite club, but our nominees for this category, Jake Kopstick, Kyle Morello, Caitlin McCafferty, Harry Gaffney. Again, no hard feelings here, whoever wins, but look, there can only be one winner, so one of you is going to be the best person and the others aren't. It's just how it works. The winner is Harry Gaffney. It's now time for our Rookie of the Year award. I lied. I thought that Hornius was the only category we have 2 nominees. This one, we also only have 2 nominees. It's because, unlike the NBA, if you're on a roster last year, even if you don't get any experience in the group, you're still ineligible for Rookie of the Year. 2 late additions this year, not a lot of playing time, but Caitlin and KD. So, we'll see between the 2 of them, both additions to the group. Who was the Rookie of the Year in 2020? The answer is Caitlin. KD, you're always a winner to me. Look, there were a lot of people who got together for Clown Ball or other activities here in 2020, but there were a lot of people who are frankly just members of the group from a virtual status. They're consistently out for things, which leads us to our most out award. Our nominees were Buzz, which I'm pretty consistently in. I don't even know why this is a joke, like why anyone finds it funny that like I might be out for something. Anyone else is out, no one gets any questions at all. If I'm out, I get the riot act, 20 questions, where could you be? I think it's just because I'm the center of attention for the group, and everyone knows that the group kind of crumbles without my presence there. So it is a little bit touching to know that. But the other nominees for this, Ray Dunn, look, he the man does it all. He goes down. He's the leader of WHIP Sports. He goes down to Wildwood consistently. He's in Collegeville, Oaks, whatever you want to call it. But a lot of times he's out, and he's got other commitments he's got to attend to. He's doing the Temple football pregame show. He's got a lot on his plate. But you also have another nominee here. It's going to be tough to beat in David Maniloff, of course, known for going to Texas in the middle of a pandemic, and then basically not refusing to play clown ball. Look, I got to give him credit. He stuck to his guns. He didn't want to get COVID. It's not, the precautions have not necessarily been perfect. And look, he's taken it to a new extent. He did go to Texas, which in a lot of people's minds' eyes kind of ruins his argument. I'll let you be the judge on that. But so our most out award nominations again, David Maniloff, Ray Dunn, and yours truly, Buzz. Let's go to the envelope. David Maniloff. Our next award is another award that was basically dedicated to me. Again, seems like some skewed nominees here. It's the Biggest Dumbass Award. The nominees were Buzz Wilson, Dan Wilson, Daniel Wilson, and Stumpy, which, given that I have 3 out of 4 of the options here, I think someone could have lent him a hand and try and make the odds a little bit more fair. But the winner's Buzz. I'm not even going to open the envelope, do the whole spiel. This was a dumb category. Our next category, it's a very, very elite category. Our only category, I believe, with only 2 nominees. It's not who has the most sex, rather, but it's just who's the horniest. Who's willing to put themselves the most out there and reveal their feelings for others, if you know what I'm saying. And there's only 2 nominees here, and I think everyone knows who they are. It basically comes down to Huge and Brooklyn. Look, they're very comfortable with their sexuality, very comfortable putting themselves out there. You figure at some point they might just find each other. There's some doubts as to whether that'll ever take place, but it seems like that's what they're looking for. They're both just looking to put themselves out there and just have a little fun. Nothing wrong with that. We're all adults here. So the winner, by a very narrow margin, I'm told, is Huge. How about that? Congratulations. Our next award is the most unreal error of the year as it pertains to clown ball. Another award that I'm just going to accept right off the bat here because literally all of the nominees are me. It's Buzz in center, Buzz at first, Buzz on the mound, Buzz at third, Buzz throwing behind the dugout. 4 out of 5 of those are literally could be multiple errors. Didn't really specify. That's just, what an error-filled season it was for me in clown ball. I think I am touched again that I kind of get my own category here. So once again, we'll be accepting one of these. But as it pertains to who actually won the award, look, I think there's all good cases here. Me in center hit a ball over Aaron for a home run. At first, there's the Matt Shade play where he throws it from left field. I miss it to double someone off. In the early going, first base was certainly more of a struggle. Buzz off the mound. I pitched a lot of errors there. Buzz at third. There was the infamous Buzz at third error where I made like 5 or 6 plays in a row. At Havertown, they had 1 bad blunder. There were 10 other errors in the inning, but somehow, of course, it's always my fault. And there was, of course, me throwing behind the dugout, which I didn't think I had Aaron at the plate anyway, but, everyone loves to talk about it. And the winner is... What else? Buzz throwing behind the dugout. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Did not have him anyway. I have worse errors. Any of the other 4 nominees would have been a better answer. Awards are rigged. Next up, perhaps our most prestigious award, it's our Biggest Drinker Award. Look, everyone knows, like literally anyone and everyone knows, you're only as cool as the amount of alcohol you can consume. So, as far as I'm concerned, the winner of this award is the coolest person in buzz culture, period. No? Biggest Drinker nominees: Zach Shorn, very viable case. Kevin Rice drinks wine when he does the Sixers recaps, works at a winery, another viable case. Jared Pellick literally had open cans and bottles of alcohol while pitching in clown ball, another viable case. Graham Foley, he's a big drinker, loves to consume the alcohol, always calling to go out to different bars, pre-COVID especially. Nice choice. And Jason Kenner, he's been known to, drink a few cold ones, if you know what I'm saying. But there can only be one winner. And that winner is... Oh, it's Zach Shorn. Next up is our Clown Ball MVP. Look, Clown Ball took on a life of its own. If you don't know the story by now, go read Ray Dunn's piece for one of his finals. It's a 3-team tennis baseball game that was played throughout the pandemic. No one got COVID. That's the biggest win, I think, out of the entire season. But lots of debate as to who the MVP of this season is. I was touched to be nominated for this award, just to be in the same sentence, the same category as other elite nominees such as Rec Ball God, Aaron Strong, and Jake Liss, and Rich West. It is a touching moment. I do plan to reclaim my home run crown in 2021. I will mention that Aaron's had more bats, more games played, and I also assisted him on one. But look, I just need more at bats, get back in the groove, and I'll be fine. Anyway, our Clown Bowl MVP. Aaron Strongen. All right, coming up next, right here on the Buzz Awards, our next category is the worst moment of the year. Now, this is a groundbreaking moment in friend group history. What was the worst moment of 2020? And there were plenty of bad ones, so let's get to the nominees. Jeff Griffith unplugging Mario Baseball, the stream at my house during the projector. Jeff, a horrendous moment. I had one of the biggest blow-ups in Mario Baseball history, and you decided to unplug it. Unbelievable. Me graduating, I guess that's the worst moment of the year for fans of Buzz culture. I get it, but I did eventually graduate. Want that on record. Buzz not being back on defense. Game still talked about happened in early 2020, like very early 2020. It was like January 1st or 2nd. It was a horrible game. I get it. It was awful. We haven't been able to play a lot of basketball since because of the pandemic. Fine. That was a horrible moment. And of course, the fourth nomination here, Graham capping. Obviously, Caitlin coming into the friend group got caught in a bit of a situation, we'll say. So those are the four nominees. Let's get to the winner. And the winner is Graham capping. Look, not everything in 2020 was bad. There were a lot of good moments here in the year 2020. Let's get to the 2020 Buzz Award nominees for Best Moment of the Year. Now, there's only 3 of them that qualified. Aaron winning the same game parlay, won a few $100s. I'll give him credit. I want to know how many other parlays he had that didn't hit, but he did hit on a pretty good parlay. Buzz starting Clown Ball, that would be me starting Clown Ball. I think that has to be in consideration here. It's just an unbelievable cultural change. If I hadn't brought that to our group, who knows how different things would be. And of course, the Bus Charters, my Any League fantasy football team, losing the playoffs. I talked the talk, did not walk the walk. I get it. I went undefeated last year. I won the championship. I had to hand over that crown to David Maniloff. Now, well-deserved. He had a good season. The Bus Charters will be back. Plagued with injuries this season. Knew I was due for it. So, without further ado, best moment of the year is... Buzz starting Clown Ball. This is an award I am in person able to accept, so there's so many people I would like to thank. I just don't really know where to start. with this one. First of all, I'd like to thank my parents, my baseball coaches, for inspiring me to start clown ball. I always had a knack for organizing people, the love of the game, things of that nature. So I really like to thank my parents, you, the clown ball players, the culture that surrounds our friend group, and all that fun stuff. So I think it really boils down to that. I also like to thank David Maniloff for always being out and kind of taking some of that clown status away from me. I'd like to thank, let's see, who else would I like to thank? I'd like to thank Nick Bugatis for no reason other than, I thought he would have been a pretty good shortstop. Never, unfortunately, made it to clown ball this year. I think Maniloff and Bugatis actually would have both made good shortstops. But, they just never were able to make it into a game. I'd like to thank Jason Kanner for providing much of the equipment. There would have been a little bit of a gray area as to how the game would have gone off the ground with him. So a lot of thank yous all around. Too much time to thank everyone. And now we get to a very similar category. It's not just the best moment of the year, it's the best buzz moment of the year. I'm so prominent in this group that I get my own award category. So I'm guaranteed to win another one of these. Just an awesome feeling. The nominees not having the same game parlay. I don't think anyone else had it besides Aaron anyway, so that seems like a stupid nomination. Losing to Cantor and Mario Baseball. Look, they had all the coaches. They needed a full coordinator team. There were more people coaching Cantor than coaching Doug Peterson and the Eagles offense. It's absolutely ridiculous. But look, I'll give it to him. He still had to play the game. He went out there. He played well. I did not. Hitting Aaron's fly ball over the fence, that was a bad one. It literally gave him the lead, gave him a grand slam, gave his team the lead, gave him the lead personally in home runs, gave him a grand slam, was not going to go over the fence, took a horrible route. Everything, like, if the whole world, and Aaron specifically, could draw up a specific clown ball play, that would likely be it. And Buzz almost not graduating. Keyword is almost. It was not my fault. It was a screw up in the advising office. Things did ultimately get sorted out. I graduated on time. Again, this is another fraud response. Getting to the award, though. Buzz hitting Aaron's fly ball over the fence. Once again, I'd like to thank the Academy.
What's going on? Kevin Rice here. I'm here not because Buzz, quote, flat out forgot to do this award before he fell asleep, because he works really hard and I want to give him a break so he could go poop, so he doesn't do it on a bus, he can go be on ass, because Lord knows he is. But I'm here to present the Best Mario Baseball Player Award for 2020. The nominees were myself, Aaron Strongen, Graham Foley, Jason Cantor, and Buzz. So, without further ado, the Best Mario Baseball Player of the year is Aaron Strongen. Congrats, Aaron.
Sticking with Mario Baseball, look, there's a lot of known combos in Mario Baseball. There's debates as to who the best player is. Is it Bowser? Is it Yoshi? Is it Donkey Kong? A lot of good players in the game, clearly. But who's the best combo? Player to, physical player of the video game to player in the game combo. Well, the nominees, me and Birdo. Love getting Birdo. Clogs up shortstop. Always use the special hit in big situations. Love having Birdo on the squad. Cantor and King Boo, power hitter, likes pitching, hits it down the lines. Gotta watch Cantor when he has King Boo. Aaron, big Yoshi fan, so much so that he picks Yoshi first. I agree with David Maniloff. I think that's a bit of a high pick, but cannot argue with the center field UZR. Kevin, always big with Waluigi. It's funny because I remember playing Kevin and used to be a fan of either Peach or Daisy, but I guess Peach and Daisy aren't old enough for his liking for him to, he's not really usually into younger women. So usually he does like to go with Waluigi. He's a Waluigi fan. I get it. But you got to be careful, Kevin, again, with all characters. Like I said, I play a lot of close matchups with Kevin. I can attest to his Mario Baseball ability. So we will go to the envelope here. Kevin Waluigi. Next up, it's my personal favorite award here in the Buzz Awards. It's the Biggest Simp Award. Look, these are people who just cannot get enough of making any little comment or giving little compliments. two females. It's just in pathetic pleas to strike up a conversation, strike up a friendship, and they're getting nowhere with it. Just stop simping. Simping is so 2016. We're in 2020, about to enter 2021. Just for all of our sakes, just stop simping. The nominees: Jason Cantor, who really picked up the simping late in the year. See if there's some recency bias in the voting here. He is certainly a viable option. Look out for him. Aaron Strongen, huge simp. Again, deserves to be on here. Kevin Rice, huge simp. Especially older women at the nursing home. Can't look past him. And Ray Dunn, another huge simp. Any one of these could be a potential winner. It's actually pretty incredible. The winner is Collegeville's finest, Ray Dunn. Back to Mario Baseball, and there were a lot of good Mario Baseball games played this year. Once we figured out how to do it on the projector, I think that's what really, really changed the game. But Mario Baseball and the culture around it, absolutely phenomenal. So we'll get to the nominees. First nominee, Cantor beating Buzz. That was a rough look for me that night. I had previously called him kind of a bit of a fraud opponent. And again, with the help of much coaching, did find a way to get it done versus me. Tip of the cap to him. Kevin's walk-off against me, this was another tough look. Kevin and I have had a lot of tough battles in Mario Baseball, but he did find a way to walk one off against me. I forget if it was ninth inning or extra innings, whatever the case might have been. So again, tip of the cap to Kevin. Seems to be a pattern here. Third nominee, me blowing a 3-run ninth inning lead to Stumpy after, talking up a big game, we'll say. Probably shouldn't have done that. That was bad luck on my part. So it's another one. And then, fourth, the nominee. What else? Graham coming back against me. So again, all four of these things, it's just a matter of who gets the award for beating me. Who had the best win in Mario Baseball against me of the year? Look, they don't boo scrubs. There's a reason why I keep coming up in these awards. And the winner is me blowing a 3-run lead to Stumpy. Gotta hand it to you. Before we present our last award, I did want to make mention that in addition to donating money to the Anthony DeBundo Nose Job Foundation, we were also planning on donating some of the proceeds from tonight's event, just because the donations have been so overwhelming that we were going to take some of the excess money and donate it to a number of college funds of group members who are still in college to help them get through these tough times. They're not getting a full education right now, but in surprising fashion, Alex Rittenhouse denying the money, said he doesn't need our handouts. He'd rather DoorDash for his tuition money. So got to respect Alex Rittenhouse sticking to his guns here, and frankly, he doesn't need a handout, doesn't need any help with anything. COVID's just the flu, which has gone on for 9 months, and everyone's frankly scared of it, and frankly, he's tired of it, and I am too. But our final award here of the day, who has the most issues? Look, I could argue that this entire group surrounds upon issues. Some of our greatest information as a group comes out because I decided to have issues. But some other people, look, if I don't get this award, the whole thing's fixed. But it was nice that we gave some other people nominations. I, of course, was nominated. Kevin was nominated. Addison was nominated. Brooklyn was nominated. Of course, they have some issues with each other. It's a story for another time. Bugatis was nominated. Jason Cantor was nominated. All great picks. But the winner of the last award here on the Buzz Awards, Buzz. Of course, I have the most issues. Who else? That'll do it for the 2020 Buzz Awards. Again, I hope you all enjoyed it. This year, I can't say it enough, has been a struggle for many people. I mean, I got off the phone with Nick Bugatis last night, and he told me he's had it up to here with the jokes and just with this year in general. He's ready to move on to 2021. So am I. So is everyone. So, we did a lot of good here tonight, raising some money for some really great causes. gave away a lot of awards. Congratulations to all of the winners, all of the nominees, and all of the people who made this a success. Kevin Rice, my video editor, our social media manager for today's event, Aaron Strongen, and of course all of the fans, all of the voters. Without you, this show is not possible. So for one final time in 2020, I am Buzz Wilson. We will see you in 2021.